A plainclothes officer, a member of the Guardians, a Black fraternal organization, is snacking from a bag of chips. He eats a few, then crumbles the bag and tosses it carelessly on the ground. Protesters are chanting in the background, and police are giving orders. Payback, payback. We want some get back. Payback, payback. We want some get back.
Now here they come back here again. They must want more of what I gave them yesterday. Why they send this old bird out here? What they think she gonna do?
Move away from the entrance. Do not block the entrance to the church.
Miss Audley Moore appears, handing out flyers. She is humming a tune to herself.
The shame, the shame, the shame, the shame, and the horror. Shame on America. Shame, the shame.
Granny, what are you out here squawking about? Why don't you go home and tend to Charlie Horse and arthritis?
Well, looky here. Who's here? Honey, don't you remember me? How's your mama doing?
Oh, good God, Miss Audley. I didn't know you out here with these people.
Come here. I got something for you. Don't you want some reparations? Yeah, you want some. Here, honey, take this.
No, ma'am, Miss Audley. I can't take that. You can't do this in front of the church. People are already starting to litter.
Honey, ain't you of my expression?
I don't know what you mean by that, Miss Audley. I don't know nothing except what was told to me. Somebody called the precinct and said y'all's committee for the protections of Rasta and Sambo was out here picketing this church.
What Rastas and Sambo? Ain't no Rastas and Sambo around here.
That's how the person who called identified himself, Miss Audley.
There's an old Rastas and Sambo lie. We, the Reparations Committee of the descendants of the formerly enslaved. See there? See how they done mucked up our name. Same old story, just like they did when they enslaved us. Changed our names and cut us off from our culture. Look at how they done messed up our pretty color. I want me an afro and I can't even get none.
I'm sorry about the afro, Miss Audley, but picketing this church won't get you one.
Honey, let me open up a window in your mind.
Not today, Miss Audley. I really mean that. I got my orders to move y'all away from here.
I got my orders too, son. We want reparations, just like Germany gave the Jews. And just like this country gave the Japanese people, they put them in them concentration camps.
Miss Audley, I'm asking you to go home and take these people with you. I don't want to see you get arrested.
Go ahead and arrest me if you want to.
Come on, Miss Audley. You know I don't want to arrest you. My folks knew your whole family, knew your father, St. Cyr, and your mother, Ella. But can't y'all come back some other day? Why you pick the most sacred day of the week?
What's so sacred about Sunday? 11 o'clock Sunday morning is the most segregated hour in America. Didn't these crackers bomb one of our churches on a Sunday morning right down there in Alabama? Killed them 4 little black babies that hadn't did a thing to them. These devilish white churches came with the military might of this vampire empire that's still making its fortune off of us. Oh, they the ones blessed them slave ships, honey. Told them to come get you and your wife and your children and said, dispose of them black demons and do all harm and damage you can think of. Now, what's so sacred about that?
Well, nothing, Miss Audley. I understand what you're saying, but the people in this church came here to worship God. They ain't listening to y'all.
Worship what God? Is they worshiping the one that told them to bring us over here and manure this soil with our blood and sweat and be they beasts of burden for 500 years?
I don't know what God they worshiping, Miss Alleyne.
Well, the God I serve is a just God, the God of Bible days. When if a man did you a great service and you didn't reward him, it was a sin and a disgrace. These double-dealing outlaws owes us, and they knows it. Even their own books say so.
Maybe they do owe us, Miss Alleyne, but they ain't gonna give us nothing, and we might as well face that fact.
Then they don't understand the depth of our bitterness. What am I going to tell these young people? Should I tell them this government ain't fair and just? They sees our people dope shocked, afflicted, and in rags. Should I tell them that's the way America rewards those who saved her life?
Miss Alleyne, I don't know what to tell anybody. I don't even know what to tell my own son.
Well, how would you reward somebody who saved your life?
I had my life saved once in Vietnam. I owe that brother my life, and I gladly give it for him if he was alive today.
Sure, you'd owe him your life if you aim to do right. Let's just look at this thing in a Bible-istic way. Take the case of Mordecai, who saved King Ahasuerus' life. The king didn't reward Mordecai right off the bat because he forgot. But one day he remembered and called in old Haman, what wanted to kill up all the Jews. And he asked old Haman, what shall I do to reward a man who did me a great service? Now, old Haman thought the king was talking about him. So he told the king, put your best royal on him, your best royal robe on him, mount him on your royal horse, march him through the streets and shout out to everybody, look at this. This is how the king honors those who've done him a great service. And that's exactly what the king did. Now, see how even old evil Haman knew what was right. And he picked a good reward when he thought it was for him. Ain't we demonstrated with our blood the right to be compensated for being brutalized and persecuted?
Miss Alleyne, I ain't got no quarrel with nothing you
That's
saying.
what I'm talking about, son. You agrees with me, son.
Well, hold up. I agree with you in principle. I don't know about this reparation thing. I believe it's just gonna make some of us lazy, and the white folks gonna say we being extreme.
Extreme? Look good at this, honey. All we ask in this government for is $500 million. What's extreme about that? They promise up 40 acres and a mule and ain't gave us nary an ass or an acre. And didn't treated us like mules. And then they done sent you out here to arrest a harmless little old lady like me just for demanding they do right. I'll go to jail. I ain't gonna resist. They can do what they want to us old-time Negroes, but God help them when they try to handle these young ones. When they wrong us old-timers, we just shed tears. When they wrong these young ones, they sheds blood.
Miss Alleyne, you must have given me the wrong figures, because what I'm getting here per head is too small a number.
We done already figured it out.
I'm only coming up with $15 per head.
That's right. That's all we asking for. And that ain't a lot for a people that's built this country and been its foundation.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a cotton picking minute. Let me get this straight. You mean to tell me y'all are here fixing to get yourselves arrested for $15 a slave? Why, that won't even keep me in cigars for a week.
We ain't aiming to buy no cigars, son. and we don't want no government cheese. This ain't no backdoor stuff we talking. Read this paper. We want a Southern land bank for Black farmers evicted from their land. Audiovisual networks and major publishing and printing industries located in Detroit, Chicago, Louisiana, LA, and New York. An international Black appeal charged with producing more capital for cooperative businesses in Africa, our motherland. A national Black labor strike and defense fund. Black universities located throughout the South. Now, if all of us act bold and confront this white oppressor and demand this modest reparation of $15 a slave, as you put it, one day we'll be on equal footing with the white sons and daughters of our former slave masters.
I didn't mean to put it that way, Miss Alleyne, but we ain't never gonna be on equal footing with the white man. And all y'all gonna do today is make the whites more rigid with us.
Well, this ain't just for us, son folks. White folks need this too. They need to cleanse themselves of the wrongs they done us by their cruel ancestors. Let them get rigid. That just prove our point, that the situation is hopeless. We're already homeless, penniless, and in rags. The only thing left for them to do is kill us all, and we already died. So what do a hopeless people have to lose? These young ones done already figured out that no matter how much education or money or worth of character they have, we still keep the same status. Son, go on, put on the handcuffs on me. Take us all to jail. Do your duty like a loyal slave and see if your master will put his best royal robe on you and march you through the streets on his royal horse.
Miss Alleyne, now see there, you think I'm one of them lukewarm Negroes, but you got me all wrong. I'm a guardian. My 15-year-old son talked just like you. Why, just the other day, he asked me all kinds of questions. Asked me, is it true that when the slave master was off repelling hostile armies, we worked the land by day and guarded his unprotected mistress and children by night? And did we sometimes go with the master to the swamps and bring his maimed or dead body back on our shoulders? And did Black women really breastfeed white children?
What did you tell your son?
I asked him where he got his information. He showed me a book. What could I say?
Tell your son it's the truth, and that ain't the half of it. And that the payment of reparations is the only position America can take to wipe the slate clean in the interest of justice.
I might be wrong, but I believe y'all's wasting all y'all's time.
Son, this reparation issue will become a sacred battle cry in the not too distant future, the likes of which this country has never heard before. And your son might be the one to sound the trumpet. Then what side will you be on?
Can't answer that now, Miss Alleyne.
You take heed before you be crying. If only I'd serve my people half as well as I serve my master, my son might not have died so young.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I just want to say I'm with y'all in spirit. But can't y'all just wait till the bishop get back or fix a copy of your demands to the door?
No, honey, they can't hear us that way. We done already tried that. I know it's a shame we have to resort to this to draw attention to our grievances, but this is the only way. We got to live on our feet and not on our knees. They made us go into shock when they overwhelmed us and put us on them ships, and we still in shock. Slum shock, dope shock, religion shock, all kinds of shock. We need this money to begin our programs of rehabilitation. This is war. Ain't no place for no armchair warriors. We need buffalo soldiers. Are you the one, honey?
I don't know, Miss Alleyne. I want to be one. Who don't want to be a hero to his people? But look, just come with me.
You fixing to rest?
No, ma'am, Miss Alleyne. Ain't no one gonna arrest you unless they arrest me too.
God bless you, son.
Do you know what this is gonna cost me? I'm gonna get fired for this.
Sometimes you just gotta let the devil come on in, son.
You better believe he's coming.
Move away from the entrance.
It's all right, partner. I got this.
For the last time, move away from the entrance.
Look, man, I said I got this, all right? Don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. Cool? Miss Alleyne, you just stay right here next to me and go ahead and keep on doing what you gotta do. We ain't going nowhere.
God bless you, son. God bless you. The shame, the shame, the shame, and the horror. Shame on America. The shame, the shame.